What's up, everybody? I am Legend, and as artists and producers, we know that every bit of music that we make has to go through perhaps what is the most important process in music creation, which is mixing and mastering. Now, for anyone, especially beginners, this can be a very tedious and hard process to go through because it requires paying attention to even the slightest, tiniest bits of detail and sound that not every ear is trained for. You know, oftentimes when we have a mix and we made a song in our headphones, we play it back on our studio monitors, the sound doesn't sound too great. Or on the flip side, if we mix something in our studio monitors and it sounds great in the studio, but we take it to the car, the sound just doesn't knock the same. So what tools can we use to solve this problem and make better decisions about our mixes? Well, I mean, it's pretty easy. You just play your song through an $800,000 mixing console in a $10 million studio somewhere out in London where the Beatles recorded all of their legendary albums. Piece of cake. You're good, right? Sounds pretty impossible, right? Well, actually, not anymore.
Making music is about trust. It's about trusting our sound. It's about trusting the place where we create. Our home, our sanctuary, our own personal shrine of sound. Now, imagine your place could also be the best sounding room in the world. Imagine your place could be the legendary Abbey Road Studio 3.
Yo, those are my headphones too.
No matter where you really are. Waves Abbey Road Studio 3. Trust your sound.
It's basically a plugin that puts you right there in the producer's chair in Abbey Road Studio 3 so that you can make these better mixing decisions, because it sounds like your music is coming from an actual legit studio setup from professionals.
When you think of mixing, what you want is something you can trust. You need to be able to trust the room to be able to make mix decisions, to know that decisions you're making are going to be translated to the outside world. So this plugin allows you to hear your music, hear your tracks as if you were sat in Studio 3. It just gives you a really solid point of reference in, you know, what's considered one of the best mix rooms in the world.
And now the cool thing about Abbey Road Studio 3 is it is a virtual immersive 3D audio plugin. And what I mean by that is it either uses a physical motion tracker that you attach to the top of your headphones, or it can use your webcam right here to monitor which way your head is turning. You guys can see this little box around my face. As you're listening to this music, the sound shifts. So if I turn my head to the left, I'm going to hear more coming from the right speaker, and then I'll hear a little bit more from the back speakers. If I turn my head to the right, I'll hear more in the front speakers to the left side and more of the back speakers in the right side. So basically what I want to do here is show you guys how it works, how it can benefit your music production process. Basically in GarageBand, there are no bus channels. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to input this into your plugin list on a bus mix channel so that it affects all of the tracks that are attached to that bus. But in GarageBand, you can't do that. So what I have to do is I have to mix my song, then export the song, and then re-import it into a separate project file and basically put the Abbey Road thing right here. Got the whole console, everything right here, the speakers, the glass, the front speakers. You can literally rotate the studio. If I want to act like I'm sitting in the opposite direction and hear more of the back speakers, I can do that here. But also, whichever way you're set, you can literally turn your head and you'll see in this box, the head will turn. The head will turn, the head will go up, head will go down. So if I'm like rocking out, you know, the virtual head's gonna do its thing. So put your headphones on if you're not listening with headphones, because that's going to give you the best experience, but no plugin.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Now we're gonna put the plugin in and hear the difference.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Already I can hear the slight bouncing of the vocals off of the walls in this studio. I feel like if I close my eyes, I feel like I'm sitting literally in this room, in this console. I feel like there's people behind me like, yeah, that's a hit right there, boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I can hear the right speakers, a little bit of the back.
You said you really wanna go there.
Yo.
It doesn't have to go insane. Will you spend the night in my bed?
Okay, now let's turn it around.
But do you really wanna go there? Or are we getting too
So we're listening to the back stuff now.
The signs are
If I turn my head, wait,
because I know that all of this was blind.
I hear more of the front speakers.
But girl, your eyes
The front speakers in back of me now. Man, this is a game changer. They have a few different settings here on the plugin itself. We have basically the rotate studio. This is like your positioning in the studio, how you want to be sitting. So this is the center right now, just looking straight at, straight down the console. Then you can choose to turn it around like you guys saw earlier. We have the input level of the audio if you want to turn it up or down. So I'm just going to leave that at 0. We have here on the left side the studio monitors. So there are 3 different sets of monitors in Abbey Road Studio 3, which are going to be the near ones. That's, I believe, the ones that are right there near you in the front. We have the mids, which are going to be right here. These are the mids, and on the other side. And then the far, which are going to be these ones all the way in the back. So you're literally surrounded by these speakers, and you can choose to play the sound from each of these. Wow. You can turn on the headphone EQ so that it matches the EQ of whatever headphones you're wearing. Now, it only has a few different presets in here, but luckily for me, it's got the Audio Technica M50X headphones in here, so I can select that, and it's going to give me a sound modeled for Abbey Road Studio through these headphones, because each headphone has their own sound, their own way of portraying audio. Essentially, what this allows us to do, and what it gives musicians the power to do, especially home-based musicians, is make better decisions about our mixes. If something is a little too bassy, if it has too much treble, if it's too hot on the highs, we'll be able to tell because this is coming from a professional studio. Like, the sound was modeled after Abbey Road, so when we listen on the headphones that we're using, we're trusting that the sound coming from these speakers is going to be the best sound. It gives me another level to my mixing that I never had before. So I mean, I do mix on my KRKs, I mix on my Audio Technica, but like now I get to feel like I'm playing my stuff in a professional studio, and I get to hear how it actually should be sounding. If you want to download this plugin, the link will be down below in the description. If you have any questions or things you'd like to say, leave a comment down below. Like this video if it helped you out, and if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to all so that you will be notified every time I upload a brand new video. As always, stay legendary. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
So let's keep it in dry. Put my lips on your hips, then I'll take it to your thighs. I can see it in your eyes that you want it. When I'm loving on your body, girl, you can even lie. Put your arms around me, I'ma take you for a ride.